Okay, getting the first pick.
Get 3, Pyro, get 3 with the
Void Kid putting on a clinic. Whole team's down. Oh!
Experience tranquility.
Let's drop the beat.
Welcome to the night's Beat Drop. I'm your host, Gizmo Charmander, along with my co-host, Captain Jack. How are you doing tonight, Jack?
I am doing all right. Got myself a fresh new haircut, of course, with all COVID safety precautions in order, and I'm feeling mighty fine in my boomer age right now.
Awesome, awesome. Well, tonight, everyone, we have a special team. And when I say special, it's not only because they have one of my least favorite casters to listen to, Bard. Just kidding, my man. It's Modify. So, for those of you guys who don't know, Modify actually won Harmony Tier in Season 4. So, and it's half the returning team. And why don't you guys just go ahead and introduce yourselves? We'll start with Whitman.
Hey, my name is Whit Mitten, or most people just call me Whit. I am the GM and also resident Mercy main, best NA Mercy for Modify.
I just want to congratulate you on showing your force after the podcaster 1v1s. I see that you were still the GM and main support, so the coup that Bard had planned for you obviously didn't take root. So congratulations,
Yeah,
Whitman, for showing you were the Modify Alpha.
Who hasn't started yet? We're fine.
See,
I didn't want him to expect it. So
it was my understanding it was going to be happening before Stage 2 started, so...
Bart, what is up with you with starting coups? Didn't you try starting one last season too?
I completed one last season. I'm on the podcast, aren't I?
That's true. That is very true.
All right, Jofus.
Hey, I'm Jofus. I am 2 of 2 of the support line for Modify. I play Ana and Bap and Moira mostly, and this is my first year, not just with Modify, but also just kind of on any Overwatch team, and it's pretty cool, honestly.
Awesome. Well, we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
The gentleman who must not be named.
Yeah, I'm Bard. I don't think I need much introduction. I'm the team anchor.
Farah OTP, Farah OTP, Farah OTP.
I play 4 heroes, and none of them are Farah. And then I play a 5th hero who's exclusively Farah, but I only play her when I'm not playing the other 4 heroes.
So you're playing her all the time. Got it.
Yeah, we'll see.
He only plays Farah.
Yeah, totally.
Trust me. I know. All right, Insante.
Hello. Okay, hey, I'm Instante. I'm the main tank for Modify, also captain and returning main tank for Modify. I play Reinhardt, Winston, pretty much all the characters.
I play all 2 main tanks.
that currently exists in the meta.
What's the main tank?
Just that's only one.
All right, number 5, you're next.
I am Super Polar Bear. I'm the off tank for Modify. And I am the current Widow 1v1 champion of the team.
It's true.
True.
If you need any tips on Widow, just play a lot of Sigma and it makes you better at Widow.
Good to know.
Who'd have thought?
And last but not least.
Hegel,
You there, Hegel?
Ego.
Yeah, I'm the other DPS. I don't even play 5 heroes. I think I play 1 hero, and that is Ashe, and I OTP her.
But are you good at Ash?
We're where we are, so I can't be terrible. I don't think.
See, that's good enough in my
Now,
opinion.
here's the real question: how do you feel about that dynamite nerf coming in?
Ooh.
I haven't even looked at it. I don't think it'll affect much.
I think it's like
Fair
an
enough.
area nerf, right?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it's a burst damage nerf.
It's
Oh.
She still hits the same AoE. She still does damage over time. She still has headshot and super range. It's not gonna. It won't do that much.
Yeah.
She just
I
won't
mean,
be building Bob as quick.
He
Yeah.
clicks only heads anyways, so it doesn't
Yeah,
really matter.
dynamite. What's that?
who needs dynamite when you click heads forehead? Gosh.
True.
All right, so I think a good place to start, even though Modify has been around for a while, is just to start off with where did Modify begin? What is the history of the team known as Modified?
It's a weird story. Last season I'd never really been much into competitive Overwatch at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it was sort of a pipe dream by season 3 of Prodigious. None of which are I won't say none of which. Technically, one from season 3 Prodigious is now on the new roster. But it was sort of a pipe dream to have like an affiliate Harmony team. So they were like, okay, well let's build it. So I was sort of invited. I think Instante was another. Basically, the team leaders of the UNOWs, and including Bard as well, were invited to be on last season's Modify. And we obviously did really well, and so we wanted to keep it going on. So it kind of just started from like people that weren't us being like, hey, like someone should do this and like play Overwatch with us. And this is the story how it ended up.
I mean, you left out the most important part.
What's that?
Basically, Wit filled for one single Prodigious game in season 3 and
Oh, yeah.
exclusively played May, and then Juko, who ran Prodigious in season 3 and who still runs the whole kind of prod mod org, was just like, "Hey, you want to come and just like run a team for us?"
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I had one stint in Discord tier, and I will say I carried our team to victory. Like I carry this team.
I won't say
to
that.
victory. And I had so much fun playing in competitive environment. I just said yes, and I'm like, yeah, let's make a team. Let's have fun.
Awesome. A follow-up question to that, because we do have some members of the season 4 Modify versus season 5 Modify. How has the team changed since season 4 to season 5? Other than
We're older?
obviously the people and that you're older. Thank you, Bard.
No, I mean like overall we're older. We don't have any like real Zoomers on our team.
Yeah,
right
Bard
now.
is our
Oh.
Bard is our
I am
Zoomer.
currently the
Yeah.
youngest person on our team.
Yeah,
Everyone can,
he's
That's
the-
right.
everyone
We
can
had
drink.
Sorked last season.
Yeah, we had Sorts, we had Samantha
Apex.
L.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like it's not, it's gonna sound like a dig, but it's really not a dig. Like more maturity is
Yeah.
what I've noticed. Like, I mean, obviously we I mean, and this isn't meant to be a brag, but like we haven't lost yet. But I feel really comfortable with the fact that like we scrim people, and sometimes we lose scrims, and generally speaking, people have a lot greater attitude about it than like last season. Like people got really down about losing, even losing a map. But everyone seems like really adaptable.
Awesome.
I would also say, to add on to that, it's I kind of do the coaching for Modify, and it's a lot easier to coach this team because I don't really have to worry about like hurting people's feelings as much when I'm like, if I just want to be honest and be like, okay, this was really bad.
Okay.
This is how we need to change it. It's a lot easier to do that because we're all kind of more mature and we realize that it's just coaching. It's not like me attacking you personally.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, similar to last season, we like don't really have a coach. We have
We have me.
we have people listed as coach, but like they don't actually coach us. Like it's just so they can watch our games.
Oh, okay.
So Bard is kind of like our coach this season,
Huh.
and kind of last season too.
It's worked.
Yeah.
Indeed, it has. All right, Gizmo, your turn.
All right, so why the name Modify? I mean, you can't change Bard too much. He's just a broken record, you know.
Mm.
Oh God, it's a stupid thing. So Prodigious, their name is based off of a Digimon reference, like Prodigious. I can't. Remember.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, same with Modify. It's just all like none of us have. I don't. At least I haven't watched Digimon.
Dude, I've watched Digimon.
Oh, well,
It was Izzy, okay? Izzy.
yeah. Well,
The
I know
little
it's
nerd with the bug.
Yeah, but Justin
yeah.
named the team.
Yeah. Juco, me and Juco nerd out over Digimon, and everyone else is not
See,
hype.
so Bard,
I
next
can
time
barely
you guys,
remember.
have those little, Digimon sessions, grab me, please.
I will.
I prefer Digimon over Pokemon, and that's ironic considering I have
Wow!
Charmander in my name, right?
How dare
Right?
you? Your
How dare I with
namesake.
Charmander
Your
in my name?
namesake. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's go ahead and diversify a little bit from the Whitman Bard show here and get the whole team involved. So something that I like to see a lot as a console player is people's gamer tags, like the names that they choose to play with that are supposed to represent them. So going down the list, starting with Whitman, why did you choose the name that you have today?
I don't really want to dox myself, but it's my last name, the first 3 letters of my first name, and I live in Indiana, so it's IN, and that's it.
All
I'm
right.
gonna find you now.
Hey, ladies, he is single.
That's the zip code.
All the BeatDrop spoofers out there are gonna be figuring out where Whitman is now. That is interesting. My original gamer tag was Mario 1987. I know the Zoomers might not get this, but back in the day there was this video game that was turned into a movie called Super Mario Brothers, and literally had a moment where they literally said, even though you could get that from the game, that Mario's name was indeed Mario. And my middle name happens to be Mario, so that's how I got my first gamer tag. So it's interesting to find the different combinations that we get from our gamer tags there. How about you there, Jofus?
So this is kind of so my name is Joe. My name is Joe in real life.
Okay.
So my full name is Joseph, and oh geez, this goes back to 8th
Are we
grade.
just gonna dox everybody today?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It doesn't involve my last name.
I wasn't trying to. It wasn't the goal.
Just curious. I want to know what I should be prepared for. That's all.
That's fair. That's fair. Your name's a philosopher, so you're good. But so my 8th grade like English teacher he was super cool. He would make like the presentations that we would do on like punctuation and grammar at like when he was sleep deprived at like 1 a.m. And I also have like a super long last name, and he just couldn't spell it in his sleep deprived state, and was also too lazy to spell Joseph because he used all of our names in like these lessons and just spelled Jofus and then my last name phonetically, and I've just kind of stuck with Jofus. They kind of people call me it in real life too now. People who were in that class, so it just kind of worked out. But yeah,
interesting. That is indeed interesting. Bard, I believe we saw something about this on your Twitter, but go ahead and remind us why you are Bard.
Yeah, so I was originally Firefox 88, but there's some very strong negative connotations tied to the number 88, and that nickname was like 10 years old. So I thought, okay, time for a rebrand. I'm going into Overwatch now. And so I wanted something short. I want something snappy. I want something fun. And Bards are my favorite D&D class, and I think they're super interesting, and I love to play them. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just go with Bard, like super easy. So I picked that out. And it's done me well so far.
Hashtag blame Bard in the chat, folks. That's how good it does. All right, Instante.
Thank you from World of Warcraft. Picking out my character, I didn't know what to play, so I asked my brother, "What do you guys need for the class, like the group? What do you guys need?" So he was like, "Okay, so we need a rogue that can do what do." I'm like, "What do they do?" So it's like they do a lot of damage, and he's speaking to me in Spanish, so he says like they do this shadow step, which is instant. So I'm like, "Oh, they do instante." So then I I was like, as I was making my character, and instead of calling it shadow step or anything related to that, I just said instante. And I
Wow.
stuck with it.
I like that.
That is really neat. All right, super polar bear. No regular polar bears here.
No. Well, I got my name originally. It was like 10th grade. I was super into those really terrible sci-fi original movies, where it was like something. It was always like 3-part names, like this thing is really big and also does this sort of thing. And I was trying to come up with a name for my very first fantasy football team, and I started out as like something shark something, and it turned out to be some really bad screamo band that I found on MySpace. So I was like, I need to change this.
Wow.
And
For you
I
Zoomers
just-
out there, that's the original.
yeah, old school way to find music was MySpace.
Yep.
I need to find something different, so I just searched the internet of animals that looked cool, and saw a polar bear. I was like, I'll use this, and just came up with some random superlative to put in the front of it.
All right. Well, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all. Last but not least, Hagel.
It was. I just really liked the idea and found it hilarious of an old dead white philosopher dude playing video games. And I didn't want to go with an obvious philosopher like Kant or Nietzsche or something. So I went completely incomprehensible and slightly more obscure for Hegel. That's how Hegel was born.
Hegel is the philosopher of Modify.
He really is.
Like it'll be like in between maps and they're like talking about philosophy and I have no idea what they're saying.
Wow.
I think it's me, Super, and Hegel who talk about it.
You want to quickly drop some knowledge on us there, Hagel?
I mean, I have a degree in philosophy, so I don't know what kind of knowledge you want here. Like we can go on about a lot of things.
Oh goodness. Well, we do have to keep this rather short, so I guess I'll retract my question then. Gizmo.
Yeah, don't ask a philosopher to go off on philosophy. We'll be here for a while.
Okay, so here you guys go. Here's where you can really talk about how you feel your team has changed. How have players / the team grow? And we'll just go down again in order, starting with Whitman. So,
how have we grown as a team, like over this season?
Yes, or as individuals.
Or as individuals, yeah.
I would say, I mean, we really didn't practice that much before preseason. Like we maybe had like one scrim before preseason. So the biggest thing that we've obviously gotten better at is like synergy, like learning, where, what we kind of expect and like, where we set up and our communication and stuff like that. I think a lot of people on the team are really skilled. But I think the biggest thing for us, and honestly, I think is sort of been a benefit of only having a 6-person roster, is we like have gotten like used to each other at this point, and we just keep like our synergy is not done yet, but we just keep going and going.
Jophus?
Yeah, I'm not trying to steal your answers, but I definitely agree. Even from when I first tried out with the team and just kind of going through the season, we've seeing or just kind of experiencing how much our communication has gotten better. And sorry, Bard. Like our communication's gotten much better. I remember trying out and just being like super not like scared, but like I was like, what do I say? Like, do I do call outs or do I do like, what do I do for this? And then just kind of getting more comfortable with that, at least on my end. But communication, and since our communication's improved, we've been able to kind of execute team plans and, well, organize team plans much better. I think we've become much more quick on kind of getting everyone on the same page, and or when like what ults we're going to use for the next fight, what who do we target the next fight, and just kind of focusing on those objectives have been much better throughout the time that we've played. Yeah.
Bard.
Well, I was gonna say communication,
Sorry.
but I'll be more specific to myself, I guess, because I've been around a couple seasons now. I am a lot more like fluid as a player now than I was when I first started playing Modify. I'm definitely more fluid than I was when I was playing with Boop Season 3. I think just my journey with Modify has made me a lot more adaptable and a lot more open to new heroes and to new game plans and strategies as a player. Modify doesn't necessarily confine ourselves to the meta. We're actually pretty good at playing around the meta, just playing what we want to play, what we're going to be best at. Whereas in the past, I would have been the type of player who like forces the meta, who's like, this is what we have to run because it's the best, and we're getting pretty good at. I'm getting pretty good at seeing ways around that and being more adaptable.
Ooh, I hope a certain crab hears this from you. All right, Instante.
So one of the things I noticed, like for this season's modified team, is like originally is like Hego and Super are friends of mine from another server. I played with them consistently, like in other games. So when bringing them into the synergy into the team was very quick. But there are a lot of things like that happen in season 4 modified team that happen now. There were that Mitch, Bard, and I would always like see it repetitively happening. So we're like, oh, that happened. Same thing happened last season. Don't worry about this, guys. It was like, it's always happened. So it's like we have our meme where we call it modify hold or like if it isn't a modified match. It isn't a modified match, or unless we're scuffed or something of that nature. I almost cursed there. Oh, what's it called?
You're okay. You're okay.
But yeah, it's a lot of the times it's just like it's very good. I know with Bart and I just been able to take the leadership into the modify and just bring it around to this season where we just know what to do better for this season rather than having questions like what do we do from last season.
Wow.
Super.
So some of the things that's super cool that I've noticed is being as someone new coming into the team and just like the league in general is it's really nice having 3 people around that have done it last year. So all old modify, and it's really helpful having them like tell me like protocol on certain things. I never have to worry about like if I'm doing something wrong or the way to approach things in the server itself, because they're always like reminding us, hey, make sure we do this, make sure we do this. So that's been like out of game, something that's out of game. That's been super nice to have around.
Awesome. Last but not least, Hegel.
Yeah, I mean, coming in like a few of us have played in like a pug server before, so coming in there was some synergy already, but then also going in to like the core members of mod and having their synergy, so it seemed to line up pretty well, like all of us working together, both the new players and the existing players. Yeah, I don't know. Bard's been helpful, despite all of the things I've heard about him. And
Oh, believe me, Hagel, we haven't even scratched the surface of
Alright.
what you've heard.
Just remember, all memes of Modify are true.
I'll definitely keep that in mind going forward.
That's
Yeah.
all memes are true.
All memes are true.
All right. So since you have such a tight knit team, I would imagine that obviously, with Bard, being a caster and on the podcast, they make a big name for themselves. I know we hear Hagel's name a lot, being DPS player, but I'm sure that some of you may seem like the underrated hero of the team sometimes. So going down the list one more time, who do you feel of all the members of Modify is the most underrated player of your team?
I mean, it's obviously not me. Like everyone in the community kind of knows that I'm objectively the best player in Modify.
Number one
Checks
so,
out.
DNA.
Humble
I mean,
brag,
yeah,
no worries.
best Mercy NA, 1v1 me. Anyways, I would say, legitimately speaking, most underrated is probably Jogu Jofus. At least in my opinion. Just because it's like a good off healer, especially like a good Ana, is like makes or breaks the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't know, like Jogu is kind of like taken the role of what Lekka was last season. God rest his soul.
He's not dead.
Oh
my God.
God. Say that.
Sorry, I just miss Lekka. But
We all do.
but yeah, I think he's kind of like come into that role of like we kind of always joke, like one of the memes in Modify is that
Oh
like
god.
if someone else pops off, we always say like Jogu's popping off. So like
Jogu's cracked, by the way.
yeah,
Jogu is cracked.
yeah. If Bard gets like a 5k, we always say Jogu's cracked. What the heck? But like legitimately speaking, I think that Jogu is cracked and one of the best off healers and or off supports in Harmony tier.
Aw.
Love you.
All right, Jofus.
My when you posed this question, my first thought was Super, because he's kind of quiet. Like he doesn't like before scrims or when we're kind of doing things, doesn't talk all that much, but is an incredibly good Zarya player. Also just dumpstered me in the Widow 1v1 when we were figuring out who was gonna play it. Yeah, I think it was over in like a minute, and it was just it was kind of. I think he's just really good, quite honestly.
Jogu's cracked, by the way.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my vote.
All right, Bard.
I'm gonna go with Super as well, because it's obviously not me. I'm the worst player on the team.
Yep.
Mitch just looks good because he's next to me the whole time, so that doesn't matter. Hagel, everyone knows Hagel's good, and Instante's got that season 4 clout. So I'm gonna go with Super. Super's kind of sleeper. He lets us on. He's on off tank. He enables us to do so much more as DPS. And Jogu would be my honorable mention because he heals me more than Mitch does. But yeah, no, I think Super, like, it's nice to have an off tank who's like both a third DPS and a space maker and a peel for your backline. So Super kind of fills all those roles really well. So he'd be my most underrepresented player.
All right, Instante.
Yeah, for me, it's going to be a little difficult because I can't lay it on one person. That literally, whenever you're called to the plate, and any player in the team, they shine. Whether it's Hegel taking out the fire or whatever the case we need him to do, or Bard to do his plays, or Jogu to land that anti, or what's it called, Super to put in that pressure and those bubbles. It's really everybody in the team. I just see everybody being able to pull their weight, so it's crazy.
Notice how you didn't.
Safe
answer
answer.
me
Nothing
at all.
wrong with safe answers here, folks.
Safe answer is anyone but Mitch.
Literally said everyone on the team except for me. How about when I Val can take out the widow that's causing his trouble, huh?
You mean when 3 of us die because you Val can pull the pistol out? Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
Jogo dies, and then we choose. Jogo Bard dies, and we choose res Jogo instead.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, it's not to win the fight, it's to win the battle. It booms them so hard that
Yeah.
they quit.
How is Wit supposed to use res if no one ever dies? Come on.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's kind of true. It does get in their heads a little.
All right, super.
For me, it would definitely have to be Jogu or Jofus. I don't know, like this dude, he like lines up all these crazy anti-nades. He's always on time with the immortality, and just like I don't think I've ever seen him like make a mistake on anything. He's just super consistent, always there, and you never are questioning like, why are we doing this? Why did you just make this play or anything like that? It's like never have to worry about that dude. It's awesome.
All right, Hagel.
Yeah, I'm also so. This is caveated by with I don't think Super is underrated because I've played with him so much. So like I knew his abilities already.
Yep.
But with Jogu, I had not played with him. He's fairly quiet, and I think very, very consistent. And because he's quiet and just doesn't like stick out a lot, especially because of the role that he's on, I think he is the most underrated. Like everyone else is like pretty vocal. Jogu stays back, and yeah, like I can definitely rely on him, but he just doesn't come up much in conversation unless someone else gets a 5K. So.
And it's interesting that you were saying that because as you know, we're playing one of your first match week 1 with Slipstream, and you were seeing a lot of that actually throughout the video, folks. If you were paying attention to the video while they were talking, those immortality fields just being always clutch and on time throughout the entire match, and super, as many of you said, making space, and those are the plays that don't always get a lot of attention. So good on you for recognizing who gets to talk a lot, aka Bard, and who doesn't get so much. So honestly, tonight's all about picking on Bard, folks. I mean, what do you expect bringing Modify in here? That's a good point. All right, I believe we're on to our first game of the evening, Gizmo.
Woo! All right, so first game of the night is Word Association. I will say a word. You will go down the list of what's the first thing that comes to your mind, all right? These can venture from characters in the game to maybe a few casters or even some of the other teams you might go up against. So whatever comes to your head when you hear me say, and we'll start with Mercy, Whitman, take us off.
Buff Mercy, best Mercy NA.
All right.
All right. Jofus?
Is it also Mercy?
Yeah, it's going to be the same word until we get all the way down to the bottom,
Okay,
and then we'll go to another word.
I always associate Mercy with Wit. He's just the Mercy pocket.
All right.
Mercy
Mercy carry. Sorry.
Mercy pocket. Nope, you heard it here, folks.
Take out Wit and you beat Modify.
Yep.
The first thing that popped in my head, and I don't know if this is indicative to the heroes that I play, but give her a matching lifeguard skin with Farah, please.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
I can be down for that one.
Yeah.
Far
Nice
Mercy Baywatch going on.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go.
Literally everyone wants it. Jeff, get on it.
Hey, Jeff's trying hard to become Reinhardt right now. All right, let the man be.
That beard. Instante.
Like when I know Mitch is gonna play Mercy, I already know Bard's gonna go, put your pistol away.
exactly gonna kill the enemy widow though.
Exactly. Just whip her to death with your Kadusha staff. That's what you do.
Mitch, come on, Mitch, put the pistol away.
Oh, if people sat in on our scrims, they would just hear me like once every 3 minutes on a timer, just going, Mitch.
Exactly.
I
Mitch,
mean,
you're cracked. You're awesome, man. Oh my
no.
god.
I mean, they gave Mercy a pistol for a reason. I'm just saying.
Exactly. You understand me.
See, I get you. I get you.
All right, Super.
Peek me. I feel like at least once again I hear that.
Oh yeah, true.
Please, peek me.
Please
Yes,
me, dude.
So true.
It's
Bard's dying.
so manic and frantic when he says it too.
Slowly
Like he's
falling
gonna
to his
die in
death.
real life if you don't beat him.
Hegel.
Yeah, when I think of Mercy, it's secure the kill. Your teammates respawn anyway.
Oh my god.
Yep.
That'd be it. That'd be it. All right. So you might recognize this name as they're part of your pool for stage 2, Phantasmal.
Skip, I guess. Just skip me.
Oh, alrighty then. Jofus.
That's what they remind you of. Is just skip me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Skip
I
me.
think
No
that's the answer.
comment.
Okay, yeah.
They were pretty good. I guess pretty like good competition. Was the first thing that comes to my head.
All right. Bard.
Yeah, I think they're going to be really scary if they can work on their mental. I think they were a really solid team. They gave us a real fight for our win, but they kind of lost the mental war. So if they work on that, they're going to be a real scary team.
All right. Insante.
Focus me more.
Huh. Well, we didn't have the question who's the biggest feeder tonight, but I think we know now who that is.
Oh, we know. We all know.
We are all very aware.
Our last like 4 scrims, Instante, you're too aggressive. And then going into our match, Instante's like, guys, we gotta be more passive here. And I'm like, you are not the one who's allowed to say
I was on the cart pushing. I was holding the cart. Everybody's pushing forward. I'm like, guys, you're being too aggressive. Hold on.
Hey, honestly, that sounds like my plat matches. When the main tank is pushing the cart, it's like something ain't right here. All right, Super.
We've played this team already, right?
We played
Yeah,
them
last
last week.
That's
Okay.
weak.
The first thing that comes to my mind is Megalol.
Dang, I didn't think Super would be the one who'd be toxic this time.
Bro,
no,
yeah.
no team has taken a map off of us, so like up to this point, I mean, any team that we've played is non-existent to me. You know?
Oh, man.
People are gonna be coming
Wow.
I don't know him.
I'm just letting you know
He's
this.
not affiliated with Modify in any way.
I'm just saying this will go live before the playoffs.
Oh,
so
You already have a target on your back.
This
Yeah.
is now you got playoffs and we still haven't dropped a map, then woo, okay, guys.
all right. The target has now enlarged. Hegel.
Well, I mean, Super was toxic for me, so that's great. But what comes up is just kill specs first. And I think that's actually what contributed largely to the mental win there.
Yeah, I have mine now. I would say mine is just don't give up. Like, I was kind of frustrated by the end because, like, it was like map 1 was really close, map 2 was really close, and we got into 3 and 4, and it was like you could just tell they were done. And I'm like, I mean, like, because I watched back. I think it was either Pantheon or the Nocturnal game against us, and they were like by map 4 they were still trying because they're like, we want to take a map off these guys. Like we want to get rid of their perfect record. And I'm like,
Yep.
I think that's the mindset to have.
Yeah. For sure. I think Nocturnal I think Void was doing the same thing when we watched their
Oh,
stream.
it was Void. It was Void. You're
Nocturnal was doing the same thing though. I watched theirs as well.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
All right, so here's probably going to be everyone's favorite. I mentioned there might be a caster's name involved, and that caster is Bard.
The person that I carry.
I mean, you didn't have to point out the obvious, Whitman, but
That was the first thing that came to my mind. I'm sorry.
I mean, hey, the obvious things are obvious.
Jofus?
Hagel's cracked, by the way.
Has nothing to do with Bard. Just like Bard who at this point?
I feel like we should explain this. So we were doing.
It was supposed to go on comms check.
Yeah, it was. We were defending on Kings Row, first point, and like Bard gets a 5K. Yeah, Bard gets a 5K, and basically solo holds point
By
A.
himself, yeah.
I got 5 finishing blows in a row on
And
one
then-
hold, point A.
I just hear Hagel go, "I'm gonna throw Bob on point," and I just say, "Oh, Hagel's cracked, by the way." And Bard just goes, "I got 5."
I screamed it. I was so mad. I legit got 5 finishing blows, and it was just Ryan. So I grabbed a health pack. I was like, "It's winnable. It's winnable. I'm running to point. I'm gonna get the last one." And then all I hear is just, "Oh, Hagel's cracked, guys." And I'm like, "What?"
I felt so bad afterwards. I said it kind of jokingly, and I saw Bard get like 3 of the 5 kills in the feed, and like he just threw Bob out, and I was like, "Oh, Hagel's cracked."
And then in the halftime, I was like, I swapped over to Farah for offense, and I was like, wait, I want to check my junk stats. So I swapped back, and I had 14 elims and 14 finishing blows. And I said that, and I think it was Super who was like, "God, I wish that were me."
So now everyone just says, "Jogu's cracked, by the way," whenever someone else gets like a 5K or something.
Gotcha.
Just a joke, yeah.
All right, so Bard, I'm gonna hold off on you till the end because I want to hear what the rest of the team has to say. Instante.
I would say there's some respect for him. What's it called? He has Bard has been able to be as a caster. I don't know about too much about the casting part, but I know for the team. For the team, he's been like a glue. Like he's been able to give the show leadership and give the commands that we need for the team to pull through, and you know, I trust him.
Oh,
Oh.
that's awesome. Super.
I would definitely say big brained. As much
Yep.
as I don't want to feed this dude's ego.
Sorry, Fed.
It's
Too
same.
I was about to say it's already massive. You're not.
I didn't wanna- I
You're
didn't
not
wanna
gonna
say
make
big
much
brain.
of a difference at this point.
But it's crazy that he definitely is our IGL, and at the same time he's able to play DPS, which most of the time DPS you're pretty quiet because you're taking duels, you're trying to focus on winning duels and stuff like that. But he somehow is like, "Oh hey, by the way, like 30 meters away from me, the backline, you guys need to be positioned in this area. Meanwhile, I'm gonna like get a 6K right here with Barrage." So
I have not gotten a single 6K barrage this season. Thank you very
You've
much.
gotten close.
I just want you guys to stand back, and I'll take care of this. Okay?
Yeah, just hold the point. I'm gonna be in their backline. That's my whole mentality.
Oh my goodness.
Mitch, come with me.
A lot of Mitch come with me.
All right, Hagel.
Yeah. I wanted to be toxic here.
Go
but
for it.
I do no, like because the serious answer is kind of the carry. Even if it's not like in like character wise, it is like leadership and like advice and strategy wise. Like even if he's not getting the 5Ks and it is Jogu who's cracked, like just the planning and the keeping us like on our mental game, like saying, you know, if we need to like take a break and step back, he'll say that, like, just mental reset, like let's go back into this next one, we're just going in fresh, like whatever it is, especially for the, you know, scrims and stuff. So it's the team carry, if not like the actual carry.
Aw. See, your team still loves you, Bard. I just hear the confidence oozing from him. All right, Bard, last but not least, you've heard what your team has to say. Now, what do you think about when you hear yourself?
I think I'm carried, honestly.
Thanks, Bard.
If I didn't trust everyone on my team to be running around doing the damage for me, keeping me alive while I'm not paying attention, then I wouldn't be able to like make all the calls I make in game. I wouldn't be able to alt plan or fight plan or anything that I do right now. So yeah, I think I'm carried. I'm the second worst DPS on Modify. I'm just barely ahead of Mitch.
My May is cracked, to be fair.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
All right. Gizmo?
Oh, me again? All right.
Yep.
So we're going to bring up another team in Harmony. Doodles.
Excited to see watch their game tomorrow. I think unfortunately we weren't able to scrim them yet. I really wanted to, but I think that they were kind of in an unstable place last time I asked them. So really excited. I think they seem like a really good team.
Jofus?
Definitely second what Mitch said. Definitely excited to see how they're gonna do. I'm definitely gonna check out their game tomorrow.
Bard?
Well, this shows you how much I'm thinking more about coaching than memeing or anything. But I think they're a threat. I think I see Doodles as some serious competition for us to have to get ready for. Make sure we're all in the right spot to play them.
All right. Instante?
Yeah. So I'm just free advertising. I'm looking right now at the premiere thing where on Tranquility Overwatch in your YouTube, where it's like it says Harmony tier or Doodles versus something, and I'm like, I want to see this. I want to see this right now. I want to see what they got.
All right.
Super?
I would say the best logo in Harmony tier by far.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
All right. Hegel?
I think unexpected, unexpected. Like, I don't really know what to expect from them yet. There's a couple teams in this that I'm just eagerly awaiting. So I'm trusting Bard that they're a threat, and I'll see what to expect. Like, what happens.
All right.
All righty. Well, we just found out about this through an interview last night, and I verified it today, and I'm sad to see it gone because as a console player, it was just so comical to me that this existed on PC. But rip GGEZ.
What do you mean?
So when you type GG Easy, it doesn't make the words anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't make the phrases and stuff anymore. So so F in the chat, we're gonna pay our respects this weekend by asking in all 3 interviews, GG Easy. What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Yeah. Scrims with Prodigious and Pugs with Prodigious. Like, we literally have one tomorrow, and we can't do that. That's sad.
Yeah, all the 0 times we've beaten Prodigious.
Well, no, that's the funny part is we just
we still say it.
Smash.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the funny part.
Right.
All right, Jofus.
I can't think directly of what they would originally translate to, but there was one where it was like, wait, Mom, it's not time for bed. Oops, mistel, or something like that.
Yeah. Mom, one more game before I have to go to bed.
Yeah, exactly. That's the first thing that pops to my head whenever I hear that.
Nice. Bard?
Harmony Season 4.
Ooh.
Damn.
All those teams that came back for Season 5.
Yeah,
you're getting
look,
called
I'm just
out.
making the target bigger and bigger.
Yep.
And then when they miss, it'll be more funny.
Oh man, it's gonna hurt that much more. It's gonna hurt that much more when they don't.
Everyone who knows me knows I'm not actually that cocky, but it's really fun sometimes to see some of the teams in Trank. Like if we say something on the podcast or anything like that, they just blow it so far out of proportion.
Oh
and it's
my goodness,
so funny to watch.
Well, we do have some big mouths here, folks. So, Instante.
I don't know. I just don't. I don't. I never use that. I don't. Every time I see it, someone use it, I'm just like, I was like, why? Like, I don't know.
Ooh. Instante, a bigger man than all of us. Super.
Um, I would say confused or confusion because I just started playing on PC a year ago, and probably for the first 3 or 4 months of playing Overwatch, I had no idea why everyone was saying the same thing all the time. I was like, is this like a PC thing? Did people say this to each other? Is this like funny?
Were you
And it
meaning
wasn't until
like the
later on.
phrases or
Yeah,
just
yeah.
GGZ?
I thought people were actually typing that.
Oh my
in
god.
chat. And I was like, how do they keep saying the same thing? This is so weird. And it wasn't until much later on. Someone told me that
That's
how
great.
it works.
That's awesome. That would be cool if they keep it going. I mean, you essentially could make it a copy pasta and just keep it
Sure.
keep it on like a notepad or something and just keep it going. Oh man, rip GG easy. All right, Hagel.
I had no idea that that's no longer a thing. So are
Sorry
they
to.
just allowing you to say GG
Yep,
easy
you
now?
can you just say
Yep.
GG easy now.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
That's that. What? I am confusion.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you had to hear it here first, Hagel. I'm so sorry. All right, and last but not least, we're gonna have to start kicking things up a notch. Royals.
I don't like that they wouldn't scrim us. Like I don't know why I keep saying at them. Like I messaged them really early on, and they were like, we don't scrim trank teams," and I'm like, "Oh, that's funny. All right." So,
I mean, that worked for flashbacks last season. So, oh wait,
did it though? I mean, here's the thing. Here's my opinion. And I obviously don't know what their what their situation is or whatever, so I'm not gonna like comment on it. But like at least my position is I've always said if a team comes up to me and wants to scrim the day before our game, I will say yes. Because I think that if your team can be beaten by a team watching your VODs, your team doesn't deserve to win.
Wow.
Yeah, I was very open. If any person asks me for replays, I will give it to them. I won't cuss, but I don't care. Like we don't take it that seriously. We really
well, they don't get our VODs because
not our VODs,
obviously
but like
what I say in those VODs
yeah,
can't be repeated on air.
but like seriously, like I think that's part of the reason why like our mentals are pretty good is we really don't take it that seriously.
Okay. All right. Jofus.
I wouldn't also go with like maybe not that. I'm maybe not that opinionated on it because I'm kind of just new to all of this this season, but just kind of strange that they choose not to scrim within Trank. I don't know. We've scrimmed with a bunch of people or a bunch of different teams in Trank and had just good experiences, and it's definitely helped us grow as a team. So I'm not sure what the rationale that they would have is what they would have, the rationale that they would have. But I mean, if it works for them, I guess that's just my take. Yeah.
All right, Bard.
I mean, less of a threat than Doodles. They were more of a threat in my mind for all the way up until they dropped GLD and put a main tank request out there. I was probably the most scared of Royals out of everyone in ARM in this stage, or most scared of Royals. Sorry, not Doodles. Out of everyone in ARM this stage, and I think they're going to be a bit weaker going into our next game. So I think less of a threat than Doodles, but still a threat. Got to take them seriously.
Okay. Instante.
I kind of feel like I'm in the same boat here, where it's just like I try to find it like not weird or cringy. I don't know I don't know what the word I want to use, but it's like the fact that you don't want to scrim within the league or
Noel.
Not a
no,
league.
no, yeah, not a league, not the community. Yeah, I'm sorry. But
Tournament.
why? Yeah, I don't know. I just found it weird because part of like the cool thing about it is just being able to screen other teams or anything is just getting along with the community in chat as well, or just like um, it's a great. It gets very diverse. I don't know. Just scrim us. I'll teach you everything.
Oh, God
Damn.
damn!
Well-
He'll teach you how to
Oh,
feed
no.
in scrims. is
Oh
basically
my
it.
goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that I do know a couple of the members of the Team Royals, and it might just be that they're part of other organizations other than just Tranquility. So that might be the case. I'm just throwing that out there because I know that we have other teams that are part of other organizations, do other
Oh
tournaments
yeah,
as
and
well.
that's what I said is like I don't know their situation. So I
Yeah,
can, like,
so
coach them.
so it might not be they don't want to face you. They just don't. They're just they're just kicking butts all over the place, and so they just can't take the time to do it here. So
Well,
you'll just have
find
to
out.
show them on the field of battle.
We'll find out Wednesday.
Yes, there you go. See, all right, super.
Um, I'm gonna contradict Bard here. I'm gonna say that this is one of the teams that I think is probably going into the season was the strongest in Harmony, and I still sort of believe they are, even losing their main tank. I'm actually super excited to play this team because I tried out for them before joining Modify, and playing in those few tryout games I did with them, I was super impressed with their coordination and their coaching.
Wow. All right, so got a little insider info then. How
I
about
didn't know
that?
that.
Yeah, not much. Not
you,
much.
you didn't know you had the Royals tryout sleeper? Oh my gosh.
No. Polar chose us over them.
Oh, I see. All right, Hagel.
I mean, I know nothing about them. I guess I only know what Bard's told me. So, seems like they're a team to watch. I try really hard to not pay attention to anything until I'm in a game, and then like I don't want to go because I don't want to have any like preconceived notions of like, oh no, I need to be scared of this person, because I don't want those emotions going into a game. So like I do no research. I just let Bard take care of that, and then that way I don't have to worry about it.
I mean, why do the homework when you have somebody to do it for you, right?
Exactly.
Easy as pie, folks. Don't actually do that, though. We at Overwatch Tranquility do not promote cheating on your homework. Do your homework, kids. I mean, I'm doing mine at the age of almost 33, so I trust you all to do the same. All right. With that being said, that's going to be the end of our word association. Gizmo, want to take us to our next section of questioning?
All right, so this one I think is probably one of the funnest ones to do with teams, just because you really get to see what everyone thinks about each player, and it is team superlatives. So, for those of you who don't know, superlative is just a word to kind of like represent someone or something. So, for instance, like who's the super of the team? And yes, I am referring to the owl player, in case y'all were trying to figure out. Not talking about Super Polar Bear.
Super. I'm confused.
But anyways, we'll do it like we've been doing. Once again, just go straight down the list. The first one is, who is the chillest member of your team? Always asking others to calm down, and is the one that's laid back the most.
Oh,
Whitman?
it's a tie between Hegel and Jogu, I think.
Okay, wait. Telling people to calm down
Telling
is
people-
different from being chill.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's two very different answers.
I mean,
like-
you could be the one that is laid back about it and is like, hey, just calm down, we're good.
Exactly.
I think saying.
I mean,
that-
I know screaming it at Wit when they've got their pistol out, that you might see that as a kind of calming down, but typically us chill people just, we just kind of lay back and do it.
I think that's the thing. I think that's the thing is like we have like 3 really chill people and 3 like not as chill people, and
I wonder
what's
where
funny is-
Bard falls in all of
Yeah.
that.
Well, that's funny because I say calm down the most.
He does. I agree.
I
does.
reset our mental the absolute most, but I am the least chill person on our team.
Because like me, Bard, and Instante, or Bard, Instante, and I, sorry.
We're not the English police, Wit. You
Okay,
can
yeah,
you can
yeah,
say whatever you want.
are probably the least chill, and then Jogu and Superpolar and Hegel are probably the most chill. So it's like we balance each other out. Yin and yang.
Tranquility, if you will.
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta say, like, I agree with Bard's take that like they're kind of separate things. Like Hagel is always just unbelievably like calm, cool, and collected, and I think that kind of goes in what he was saying about like just kind of show like not really doing, only kind of caring about the game as we play it, and just like doing his best and not having like any preconceived notions. He's always super relaxed, and I think the one that kind of gets everyone back level-headed is definitely Bard. He definitely says like, all right, everyone, just take a breather. Let's reset here, mentally. And I mean, like other people on the team have also done that. Like Instante's done it before, Wit's done it before, Super's done it before. But Bard's definitely, I think, Bard was the one that kind of stuck out to me when we said, all right, let's do a mental reset, or the one who says that. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Jogu is again a runner-up here, Jofus, but I'm gonna go with Hagel because I'll be like coming back from spawn watching the kill feed, and Hagel will kill like 4 or 5 people in a fight, and then we'll like cap the point, and like all I hear from Hagel is like, oh, should I be using Bob on the next point? Like what's going on? What are we doing? Like, what's our next plan? And I'm like, you just killed 5 people. Celebrate. I'm not. If I kill 5 people, I'm screaming, I'm standing up, I'm running around the room. Hey, let's kill 5 people. He's like, all right, it's like, where should I position? Like, what's going on here? And I'm like, what the? Come on.
Instante.
Bard is right. What's it called? Sometimes I see flankers going around, and I know they're going for the back line, and I'm like freaking out because I'm like, I need to protect them. And you can ask every one of them. I get crazy. It was like I see the danger coming in. I get aggressive, and
What?
and everybody's just so chill. Like Hegel's chill, Jogu's chill. Mitch is like the mom of the team, and what's it called? Bard is like he's like the alarm. He knows it's like, okay, we have to hit the alarm and reset real quick. All right, let's go back in this.
I do often say, "Don't worry, I got you, baby." I always say that.
He really does.
Oh.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Jogu is my runner-up too because he'll get like dived by like a Winston, Tracer, Genji, like all 3 at once, and he'll just be like, "Hey guys, I need some help behind, please." And I'm like, you're gonna die.
Hey, could I please get a?
There's
get
a
little bit
monkey
of a
on me. Can I get
hand,
some help in the back
please?
line? I'm like, yell, monkey! Don't.
Yeah, I'm like, get ready to peel for Jogu. Because they're gonna jump on him. I can see him staging right now. Like they're gonna go 3, 2, 1. Look, they're going after him, and he's like, sleep.
Yeah, I got sleep
Like,
tower flying.
yeah.
They're just taking a nap. No big. You still got like 5 seconds. You're good.
Yeah.
All right. Super.
I would also have to agree that it's Hegel. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone have an audible shoulder shrug, but somehow Hegel does it after every pop-off moment. He's just like, and that's it. And it's yeah, like, okay, dude, you just killed everyone.
Hagel, do you agree with this?
I'm glad that me internalizing my emotions has paid off in some way. So I mean, for me, it's I think Jogu, like he like sits in the back line, is just very calm, and I often if I'm not set up with Mitch, then I'm set up with Jogu. Like we have similar angles, so we just like kind of just chill back there. I think. Yeah, so I think Super's also very calm. To be fair, I don't want to like take anything with her. I think he's the runner-up for me. But like once again, I think that's just expectation because I played with Super for so long. So Jogu takes it for me.
All right. So our next question, in honor of the very big game out right now, Fall Guys. Who is your biggest fall guy on the team? So the person that always ends up where they're not supposed to be, constant target of the enemy, that one person that you're always yelling at to get back in position until they're, well, They're dead, and then you gotta wait 10 seconds to regroup. Whitman.
Instante.
Mitch, definitely.
It's those two. I can answer for everyone. It's Instante and Mitch.
Jofus.
What was the last thing I was blaming you for? I can't remember.
It's
Something
Like-
earlier today.
I love so as an Ana player, I love playing with aggressive Rhine players. And like if Instante charges in, I'll support him all the way, 100%. Sometimes that goes awry, but I also just whipping out the Glock and just going after a Widow and maybe sometimes losing that fight. Yeah,
I've never no. I have never lost a
No. You've never lost the 1v1. We've lost the fight because
But that's a distinction. That's a distinction.
Okay, yeah. Correction, yeah. Both of them, but I'll encourage them 100% all the way, whether it's the right or wrong decision.
There you go. Mess with the doc, you get the Glock, right?
Yes, sir.
There you go. All right. Bard.
I'm actually gonna say me because
On Tracer sometimes, yeah.
yeah, when I'm on Tracer, I'm literally like 10 feet from the enemy spawn. Like, don't worry, I'm gonna catch the Rana coming back, and then I just get hit like domed by an Ashe or a Hanzo, and I'm like, all right, that's my bad. Sorry, guys. And when I'm playing Pharah, obviously, Mitch has to come with me, so he always is gonna like get killed before me. So he kind of shows up at the kill feed a little more than me. But I'll be like way aggro, not behind cover at all, just like really looking to rain some damage down. And Mitch will be like, all right, I don't need to be behind cover either, and shoot out. And he'll die.
And then
and I'll be like, all right, I guess that's my fault, but
It's okay. It's whatever.
All right, Instante.
Just like self-report.
right.
I'm gonna change. I'm
Hey.
gonna change the game from Fall Guys to what's the game? Among Us. So I might
Among
just
Us?
self-report. I'm gonna self-report. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna just self-report. I do get aggressive, and the Bard literally like on my case every week. Like, stop! You need to play more passive. You understand this? I'm like, no.
What is passivity?
That's not
When
good
all
to
you
know.
have is a hammer, everyone else is a nail.
Shield's gone. Let's go.
Exactly. That's how it goes. All right. Super.
I would say Bard, and I'm not saying this because he feeds, because I don't think he feeds, but it is not a well-kept secret that there is a locked channel in the Discord that is the Bard hit list, where people are winning money based on how many times they can kill Bard in game. Bard, hate to break it to you here, but everyone just focuses you down. There was a game earlier this season where literally we played against a team, all 6 members were looking up into the sky trying to kill Bard, and we are all in their face, and they refuse to do anything to us.
Wow.
Everyone wants to kill Bard.
I wonder what team
hate
that
it.
was. I forgot it.
It's
it's all 6 teams we played so far.
Bard's mid right now.
Is this the strategy? We just
Oh my God, when we
put Bard
played
up on the
Gold-
platter and
When we played Gomel, there is a clip of us playing Gomel where it's me just being like, wow, Instante's behind them, and they're still trying to kill me.
Oh man.
I'm swinging at everything. They're just looking up, shooting at him.
Oh my gosh.
So funny.
I
That-
don't know when these terms are gonna learn. They gotta target me first.
I mean that's true for any Fire Mercy combo. You should always focus
Oh
the
no.
Mercy first.
I wasn't talking about pharmacy.
Just
Oh.
in general.
Just in
in
general, always focus Whitman first.
Yep.
Oh goodness. All right, super.
Or no, Heckle.
Oh, sorry, I was off. Yes, Hagel.
I'm going with a Bard and Instante. Mitch is only in certain situations where he becomes Battle Mercy, but Instante knows he's too aggressive. That's fine. And then Bard is just those like Tracer moments or like somber moments, being like, okay, I'm back here. We're just never mind, reset.
Just like all in one breath.
Yeah. No, I'll be like, it's fine, guys. I got their honor. Don't worry, we can win this. Okay, never mind. I'm spawn.
See, those are the kind of clips that need to be in the comms check. Those ones right there.
We'll find them.
I go be quiet and be like, you see me charging like instante. No,
Instante.
play very slow mo.
No, don't
Come
do
back,
it.
please.
uh,
So, who is the parent of the team?
Me.
That's mid.
or
Yeah,
parents.
It's
It's Mitch.
100%.
Parent.
I think Mitch is the mom of
I'm
the
the
team,
mom.
and I am like the harsh stepdad
Yeah.
coaching. When I coach, it's very much like after I end a coaching session, I always kind of feel bad. Like I'm always like, I hope I didn't hurt someone's feelings, but they needed to hear that.
Well, and this has always been like the internal struggle of Modify is like Bard is very not to like the worst extent, but like he's always very much like this is the meta, like, and he's really knowledgeable about what the meta is, and then my sort of thought process is like, okay, let's take what people are good at, and like even if Moira is better than BAP, like Jogu's better than BAP, so maybe we should play him on BAP, even though technically it's not the right choice. Um, so it's like it's definitely like Bard is like the very strict like dad, and I'm like I literally will say during games if someone's low and I'm guarding angeling over to them, I'm like, oh, don't worry, baby, I got you. You're okay.
Yes.
It's if I would imagine that if Mitch could bake cookies for us before games, he would.
No,
Oh,
I'm the one who bakes.
I
Oh, okay.
well, I bake cookies once a week, to be fair.
Alright.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So, hey, Whit, next time you swing by North Carolina, just drop some of those cookies off.
Alright, will do. Will do.
Because like so before this, when Whit was telling me to get into this call, he was like, he added me on Discord and said, "I miss you. Get in here."
Yeah, I miss you.
And then Bard just goes, "Get in."
Yeah, I'm like, Jogu, get in. 2 separate messages.
So yeah, I think the mom and like the stern stepdad is a good analogy. I think it's pretty good.
All right. Well, Bard, you already gave your answer on how you see it. Do you see anyone else as a parental figure in the group?
No, I think it's me and Mitch.
All right, Instante.
No, I think it's safe to say Mitch is like the mama of the org. Actually, is like he's like even for prod, he's not that he's like controlling it as much, but we're very communicating with them.
I try.
All right, super.
I mean, yeah, Mitch is obviously the mom, but also I would say, I mean, not to calling by out on how old they are, but I would say Hegel is like the grandfather.
Oh yeah, Hegel's the grandfather. Yeah.
Abuelo.
And like this dude has he has some knowledge on him, some wisdom that if you could pry it out of him, he drops some wisdom on people every once in a while.
Well, I mean, based on what you've said tonight, I kind of thought about that myself. Kind of like the grandpa that lets the kids run wild, and then when mom and dad get home, they're like, "What is going on?" It's like, "No, don't, kids, don't do that. No, that's bad."
Instante's
That's
the
bad."
uncle.
Please,
The cool uncle.
don't.
Oh.
That's kind of Jogu then, because Jogu will like I mean, like if we're doing scrims, like I think it's only happened like once or twice, but he'll nano me at Battle Mercenary sometimes, and you know what?
Jogu's the cool older cousin who buys you
Yeah.
weed for the first time.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Jogu.
I try to encourage my teammates.
All right,
Joker's
Hegel,
doing
how
his
about you?
Yeah, Wit and Bard are definitely, I think, the parental units.
Yeah.
Wit's like the parent you go to first, and then when they say no, you go to Wit. Yeah.
Makes
And-
sense.
and-
Like
yeah,
my kids do that fairly often between myself and my wife, so I understand that. We're gonna go ahead and head to the last question for this area, and then we'll head to everyone's favorite section of the night. We'll get to see kind of how well you know one another outside of Overwatch for a moment. Who has the most interesting hobby? It can either be yourself, you can promote yourself, or you can promote somebody else that you know has a hobby on your team. And what is said hobby?
That's a hard question. I'd say Bard would. I mean, it's like what he's studying, so I wouldn't call it a like a.
It's not a hobby.
It's not a hobby.
I don't do it for fun.
College is just a hobby. No big deal.
Like legitimately speaking, like we'll have like legitimate like, or at least I won't participate in the conversations about philosophy, but like with like Hegel with philosophy or Bard with like politics, like we sometimes legitimately just have interesting conversations, which is nice.
Nothing wrong with that. Jofus?
I was just gonna say the same thing because I really have an interest in philosophy, but I don't know a lot about it compared to like Bard and Hegel. So we've had some talks on like, I don't even remember, absurdism, I think. The last one I can remember, but I don't know. I guess it's not necessarily a hobby like Whit and Bard were saying, but it's definitely something cool outside of Overwatch that I know about. Like Bard and Hegel, but yeah.
All right, Bard.
Yeah, I study politics for fun, guys.
Especially
there's
nowadays.
a couple of us. There's a couple of us who play Magic, and
Oh, yeah.
I think it's Mitch and I think it's Jogu.
I do
right?
not, but I've
Is
been
it
like
is it Super? I miss it. There's someone else. I can't remember who else plays it. Please speak up. But I used to play Magic.
Nobody wants to admit to
There we
it.
go. There we go. Because I used to play Magic all the time, and I've still got like 4 decks. I've got one that's 2 feet from me, but I haven't played in such a long time, and it just makes me like kind of jealous that Mitch is like, oh, I'm building a deck to play, and I'm like, God, I wish that were me. Just every time.
I just finished it, by the way. Like literally.
Oh, nice.
Podcast, I got the last cards for it.
All right, Instante.
I want to say Bard and Mitch. So I have never played D&D. I've always been interested in playing D&D, and I was like, that's pretty cool. It's like I've been around to see it one time, but never actually played it or got into it or learned anything about it. I think it's just pretty cool. A pretty cool game to get into.
All right, super.
I would say Hegel. He's got some interesting posts on various social media platforms that I'm not going to name here. And yeah, I always thought that was really cool. And
in a good way, right? Like,
I mean, it's stuff that I know that
you can reveal it. Yeah, that's fine.
So I know that he has an OnlyFans account, but I don't know what's on there because I'm genuinely
nervous.
I don't want to click on it and like, it's cool and all, but I don't want to see that side of him. But I have seen his posts on social media that's like him cooking stuff or him doing
that's true.
some like modeling sort of stuff that he does, and I always thought that was really cool.
Awesome. All right, Hegel.
And hobbies. I think the only hobbies I know are like the Magic players and D&D players. I mean, I guess I do like research politics for fun, which.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of do, but it stopped being fun very dramatically for the last few years.
Fair. Yeah, it's a little bit different when you're in school for it versus. Yeah, I think. I mean, it is really interesting hearing Bart and Mitch talk about D&D in like pre-scrims or like pre-game and just like whatever. Like that is really fun. And it's like, even if I'm not like playing the game, like we get like a sense of what's going on in their campaign just from like these little tidbits that we're hearing on the side.
Yeah.
So I like that.
All right. So I thought with only having a 6-man team, we would have gotten through these questions a lot faster, but you have literally exhausted your YouTube replay. So I guess that means that it's time for us to go on to everyone's favorite game, Server Kick Trivia.
This means we gotta lose more points, guys.
Yeah, it just went a little too quick. All right. So the way that Server Kick Trivia works is tonight's topic is Overwatch Ultimate Voice Lines. So either myself or Gizmo will give you an ultimate voice line, and then you will have to buzz in saying your name and only your name, and then we will call on you, and you will give us the answer, which in this case will be the hero, and if you're feeling froggy, the name of the ultimate. If you get the question right, you can choose someone to kick, except for Bard, because we don't have the power to kick him from this server. And then if you get the question wrong, then unfortunately I will be removing you myself. So everyone understand the rules? Great. All right, let's go ahead and get the show on the road.
Our names, if we have it.
Yes, you say your own name to buzz in. You as doing this should know how to play this part.
I wanted to make sure that no one was like me, and then we were like,
Fair enough.
Very well. All right, Gizmo, I'll let you go first and pick the first voice line. Try to say it as plainly as possible, though. If you try to say it like the character, it might give it away. Now, some of these are specialized voice lines, maybe for like event or holiday skins, or just depending on if you're on the enemy team versus being on the same team as the person. So we took kind of from all over the place. So
I'm gonna pick the fun one right now.
Okay.
Me or Mitch.
You didn't even say Whitman. You said me, and then you said Mitch, and then you didn't say the one that you're listed as in the voice call.
Too many syllables, Bard.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's great. Whitman, who is it?
Sigma.
Ooh,
that is incorrect.
Crap.
Jofus.
I thought he just loses.
Nope. No, Whitman just loses. So Gizmo, whose voice line is
Say bacon one more time. Roadhog is the answer. When he pulls the whole hog and you are on his team, you will hear him laugh.
Yep. That's all he does. So Whitman, you are the winner or loser of Server Kick Trivia. What is your last words?
See ya.
All right, thank you so much. We will indeed see you as you laugh your way out. All right, and then there were 4. So let me go ahead and pull up the list one more time. Remember, say the name that you are listed in the server, not me. All right. So, The wolf hunts its prey. Bard.
Hanzo.
Ooh,
That's it's his skin where he's wearing the wolf over his face.
That is true. It is the lone wolf skin in which he said the wolf hunts his prey when he shoots Dragon Strike. Bard, who we kicking?
Let's kick Jofus because I think he Jofus. Sorry, Joe. You're cracked.
So sorry to see you go, but you can't stay here. Any last words?
Thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
It was indeed fun to have you. And there you go. All right. Maybe. There we go. A little delay on the kicking there. Gizmo, 3 left.
Right. That's some coal for your stocking.
Super Polar Bear.
Polar Bear.
Is that Torb?
Ooh.
Ooh, I hate to tell you, you are on the right track with going to the holiday event skin, but no, it actually belongs to Tracer, Bard's best worst hero.
Oh, definitely worst.
Yep. When
Yes, as she tosses the pulse bomb out while wearing jingles, he says, "Here's some coal for your stocking."
Well, it's one of the many. She actually says a ton of voice lines.
Yeah,
Oh my
she has
gosh.
so many.
Yeah.
She has a variety of voice lines for her ultimate when she throws Pulse Bomb. But that is particular to the Jingle skin. So, all right. Super Polar Bear. Oh, sorry. We have 4 left. I can't count. Now we have 3 left after we kick Polar Bear out. Polar Bear, you're getting frozen out. Any last words?
Thank you for having me. Modify Season 5 champions.
Ooh.
Oh, some foreshadowing. Gonna go ahead and
cheers,
send
love.
you. Cheers, love. You headed out. All right. Only 3 remaining. See, Hagel is so quiet. I didn't even realize they were still sitting in here.
I have someone at the door. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Hey, it's working out for you. See, nobody's eliminated you, and you didn't answer and get it wrong, so you weren't eliminated. So, see, it works out. All right. Let's see. Reality bends to my will.
Bard.
Bard.
That is Sigma?
Whoa! He is wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Symmetra.
No, that
Sorry, I'm
is-
thinking of the wrong
that goes to Symmetra, the queen of order, when she releases her photon barrier.
You know what? I'm gonna take the blame for that one because I always am screaming I'm putting wall up when I use that ultimate, so that's on me.
Well, that's the reason we picked some of these.
I never hear it because I'm always the one screaming
Exactly.
over my own
There you go. All right.
Well, I'll just go, but thanks for having me.
No problem.
I hope they both lose at the same time.
Well, that's not how the game's designed.
That's how it works.
Hashtag blame Bard in the chat.
Unfortunately for his reality, that's not how it works.
Nope, that is not how it works. All right.
All right, last one.
Uh-huh.
Experience nothingness.
Instante.
Zenyatta.
It is Zenyatta when he is wearing the cultist skin. And he is on, I believe when he's on your team, he says experience nothingness. Which personally, I always love. I'm a big Halloween buff anyway. So with Hagel being the last one remaining to be kicked, Hagel, we have got to say goodbye. Any last words?
I'm a super modify Season 5 champs.
Alrighty.
All right. Lots of confidence on this team, but Hagel gotta go. All righty. Instante! You're the winner of Server Kick Trivia. So congratulations. You just get to help us with the outro. So I sorry, we don't get paid for this, so we don't have any like great prizes or anything like that.
This was fun. This was great, actually.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sticking around, folks. These folks had a lot to say. We're hitting the minute 30 mark right here, so we're gonna have to tone down our questions next time. It's always kind of back and forth, you know. When we have the teams that have a lot of history, they got a lot talked about. So, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Special thank you to my buddy Gizmo for joining us once again to help with the interviewee questions. And Instante, anything else you want to say before we sign off?
Yeah. Hashtag blame Bard and follow Modify on Twitter.
There we go. Very good. Hashtag blame Bard always, folks. Well, that's it for us here at the BeatDrop. My name's Captain Jack.
I'm Gizmo Charmander.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Let's drop the beat.